Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Aussies Drives. I'm very excited today because I'm presenting this brand new Audi S5. But before I do, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, support the effort. Let's begin. A lot has changed, friends. A lot has changed and we have to start somewhere. So we're starting with the front. Now the front looks pretty masculine in my opinion. It has a very soft and a low sitting nose. I like it. I like the design of that. The L-shaped waves here that they're using in all the cars is still the same with the Audi S5. They're going with the new design language. We have some power domes here and obviously the car is now a little wider. 1.3 centimeters wider, but the biggest change is actually with the silhouette. Now when you look at the car, obviously there's a very exposed Quattro blister going all the way around the car, especially here in the back. But the most dramatical change is the size of the car. Now, looking at the wheelbase, the Audi S5 is not in a middle class segment anymore. It's a premium middle class car, which makes it very much larger. It's 4.82 meters large, which means we have 8 centimeters more wheelbase and also more space in the interior to the previous generation. That is very, very good actually. And I like that. I like that they've changed this and made it more beautiful and more nice for you to sit in comfortable. When we then come to the rear, there's also a lot of stuff going on. The design has changed even in the rear. We have the new communication taillights that are spreading the whole rear end, as you can see, and the OLED screens here. This is a known thing that they're going to do in the future. Now, important thing is this. Looking at those 4 exhaust pipes, I can actually tell you they are real. All of them. You can actually put your finger in and you will see there is no fakery here. I like that. I like the fact that they did this. Now, since this is the limousine, we will suffer a little bit in luggage space, but it's not that bad actually. If we open it up, we'll see we have 445 liters of volume. Right here, you can put the seats down and then you get a little bit more. But if you need to transport stuff, obviously you take the Avant. Now, let's talk about the most important thing, and it's the engine. Let me pop the hood to show you what the engine is all about. And some things have been changed, and it's now a little bit, let's say, cooler. We have a 3-liter V6 engine, B-turbocharged, producing 367 horsepower, 550 Newton meters of torque, but it's fancy now. Why is it fancy? Well, very simple. If we come here, we have another tiny engine with 24 horsepower, which is electric, helping the car move in what would be an unnecessary consumption point for it. Let me give you a couple of use cases. For example, if you're stopping at a traffic light and get going, it helps you with the electric engine. It does it fully electric. Second thing is, if you're going into a parking space, it's also doing it electrically. So you're not using the petrol engine. That is a very nice thing to do actually, because it will help you with fuel consumption. I like the combination of that. I think that is how technology should progress. Very beautiful. But now, let's have a listen. Before we talk about the changes and what is new with the Audi S5, we have to talk about the change that none of us expected basically, and it's the name convention. It's not called an A4 or an S4 anymore, it's called the S5. Now, it has been called the A4 since 1994, before it was called the Audi 80, now it's called the S5. And here comes the sad reality check. Basically what they're doing is taking uneven numbers for the petrol engines. Everything related to a petrol engine or a diesel engine will have an uneven number now. The even numbers are reserved for electric cars. That is how they change the product palette, and that is how it's going to be in future. Now, what's making me a little bit thoughtful is they're using the uneven numbers because I have a slight feeling that they will ditch those numbers in the future to make space for all the electric cars. Sad times that we're traveling in, but eventually it's going to happen. I hope not, but eventually it will. Now you got the explanation. Let's begin with the car. And you notice the door handle has changed. So it's not a door handle actually, it's just a touch point and then it opens up. Let's have a look at the interior of the Audi S5, and let me tell you one thing, it has changed dramatically. I was going to talk bad about it, but I was proven wrong. The materials are actually pretty nice and nothing is really scratching or rattling. It feels very solid and the materials that are used are very beautiful. Now this driver-oriented center here is called the digital stage, and you can see it has 3 screens. Those 2 are OLED screens in a curved design style, and then we have a 3rd screen for the passenger, which is basically LED, so you can turn privacy mode on. Now the infotainment system is very beautiful. It's a very good infotainment system. You have so many stuff you can look at, but I like the steering wheel design the most. I think the steering wheel design looks very, very beautiful, and it has a very nice feel to it. Also electrically adjustable, up and down, back and forth, very nice. But now let's have a look at this. You see how they use the materials in a very beautiful combined way. Now it has some materials that are called Dynamica now, which is basically the new term for Alcantara. We have this Nappa leather, for example, on the seat, which is also very beautiful. And we have Alcantara or Dynamica in the door panels. Very, very nice. I mean, it looks beautiful. The dashboard here has that soft plastic that you can touch with some stitchings. This is, yeah, they have to use it. But still, it looks very nice. This is rock solid. It doesn't feel bad at all. We have a beautiful armrest, also very nice. It's a cool and nice interior to be in. However, there are some things we need to talk about. Not all the materials you see inside the cabinet are actually leather. Some of it is fake leather. For example, the seats are fully leather. You can really feel the texture of the seat. It's a very beautiful material, Nappa leather seat. Then, when you look at the armrest, look at that. It has this rough surface and it's actually fake leather. So they're using those materials, kind of a couple of combination of materials to give you a premium feel, but it's not really leather. That's the only drawback I've found so far. Every other thing is very beautiful, but what we have to look at now is how it drives. All right, we're taking the Audi S5 for a drive. Now, before we start, just advise you, if you want to see all the driving assistances in action, make sure to check out our fuel economy test that we did with the Audi A5 2-liter diesel, because today we're driving the S5 and I want to focus on how it performs on the road. That's the main key of today's video, because Audi has shown us a lot of fancy graphics, right? Where they promise that the car is not going to understeer anymore. It's faster, it's quicker, it's better to drive, it has a better suspension, it's stiffer when it needs to. Beautiful driving modes, it has the electric engine, it has, on the curve it says really no understeer, no oversteer, torque vectoring and everything. So obviously I won't just believe it, I need to put it on the test. And the interesting thing is, we're very lucky today because it is wet on the road, which means if the car really behaves perfectly and if it doesn't have any sort of understeer or oversteer, we won't be able to drift. Now, I will try to provoke it, obviously, but it shouldn't be possible. Now, let's turn around here and let's drive uphill. Let's put the car into dynamic mode instantly, ESP off. No disturbances here. Bam! Everything is off, right? Is it? Again, press it, press it, press it. Yes, it's off. And we have to put it into manual. Okay, let's see. Oh, the boost is not bad. The boost is not bad. Press it. Oi, 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 oi! Holy shit! I think that answers the question whether this will oversteer. Abso-fucking-lutely. Well, in all honesty, it does feel very nice around corners. Let me tell you that. Let's open it for a little bit more sound. The acceleration is also very nice. I like how it behaves. Turn here. Wow! I have never drifted an Audi S5. Brake here, turn in, very sharp. In all honesty, this is a very, very fast car. It has become a very fast car, very stable. Steering wheel input, beautiful. You can tell everything from the road. I really like that. Turn here and very cool. It's nice. It's really nice. Hard on the brakes here. Wow. Holy crap. Let me tell you one thing, the Audi S5 has become a proper sports car. And this is no shit, friends. This is really a very beautiful and nice car to drive. It's very fast, it's very stable. The all-wheel drive system, I will admit there was a very wet spot where it oversteered. Otherwise, it worked perfectly. It really did. The torque vectoring works nice. The shifts are very beautiful. Double clutch system feels very stable. I am actually surprised of how this goes. It is on the lighter side. It's 2 tons, right? But it feels very good. It feels pitch perfect, I'm telling you. It really does feel nice. I'm actually very surprised. I'm really surprised of how this feels. It's a very, very good car. Now, launch control, let's see. Bam! Whoa! Holy shit, man! Well, let me tell you one thing, in terms of driving, this is absolutely phenomenal. Holy shit, it's so good. It's really, really that good. Can't believe how easy it drives, and it hooks up very nicely. Very beautiful car. And that's as far as we can take it with the drive. Now, friends, what is my conclusion with the Audi S5? And let me tell you one thing. It's a phenomenal car to drive, in all honesty. It was incredible. It was incredible to experience. It has a beautiful look. We have to talk about prices though. This starts at 78,500 euros with the basic package basically, and the Avant starts at 80,150. But you'll get a phenomenal car to drive. It is very reliable actually. The 3-liter V6 has proven over time that it's very good. It has a double clutch system which is brilliant to drive. The electric engine is really helping you out with the day-to-day drive. It's very nice to experience and you don't feel it in the daily drives. And also it's a very comfortable car that you will feel safe with your family. I really like it, and the most important thing about the S is it fast? And I can tell you, absolutely. Thank you very much for watching. God bless you and see you on the next one. Goodbye.